Let's talk about Jimmy. So again, we're just going to talk about my perception of Jimmy. So when I was watching Jimmy in the pods, I didn't feel impressed. I felt like he was genuine. I feel like he may not be the most likable person in his answers, so to speak. But I felt like when I watched him in the pods, he just felt genuine. Not as in someone that I would want to be my best friend. I just felt like he was being himself. He felt like somebody in the pods that wanted to meet somebody. He didn't seem like he was on the show for clout, so to speak. He seemed like he was there to see what could happen in the experiment. I felt like he asked great questions. I felt like he was honest and transparent. I felt like he was genuinely trying to decide between Jess and Chelsea. Maybe he could have done better being more vulnerable or more vocal or more communicative for sure. But I definitely felt like he did a good job of just talking and being communicative in the pods. And I do think that he felt pressure from Jess to make a decision, to choose her, so to speak. And then I think that when she mentioned that she had a kid, I think that was a huge moment for him, because he had to have that realization of, okay, if I marry her, I'm an instant dad. Not a bad thing to be instant dad, but it was like he did not think that he would go into the experiment and meet and fall in love with a woman that had a child. And so it's natural for a person to go, oh, why didn't she tell me that in the beginning? Why was she hiding that? And so then when Chelsea talked about being divorced, I think he was like, I think it was a double whammy for him, because I think that he just didn't have the expectation going into the show that he would meet someone, fall for them, and then they be divorced. So I think that he was going on the emotional roller coaster like everybody else. I think that he has a hard time with conflict. I think during this show, he had quite the hard time of communicating exactly what he was feeling in so many regards. We are going to talk about him and Chelsea as a couple, but this is me just kind of talking about Jimmy as a whole. What do you think?